In this video, we're going to look at switching databases. In the first example, we're going to look at switching between your current database and a previous financial year database. In the second example, we'll show you how to switch database formats, i.e. if you converted to SQL format and need to view information in an Access database, we'll show you how to switch between the two. In this example, we're going to look at switching between your current database and a previous financial year database. The reason for doing this may be to access information from previous years for your owners or your tenants. In order to do this, we should first find out where our databases are located. So if we just go to our Windows Explorer here, this is the location of our current database. You'll find that this is normally found under your C drive, Program Files and REI Master folder. We then have a folder here called Capital. The one we want to open up is this one here, our 12-13 Capital previous financial year database. So we know that that's located in the same REI Master folder. In REI Master, what we can see is we're currently looking at the Capital database, the current information there. To open up the previous financial year one, we go to File, select Open. We're then presented here with an option to browse to a location to identify a database. What we have then is select the Browse option here, go to Computer, C Drive, Program Files, REI Master, and there we can see those folders that we looked at previously. So we highlight the folder that we want to open up, which contains the database we're after, and then select OK. We can then see that this is our current selection that we browse to, and then we select Open Database. You'll get a prompt then to let you know that the data file has been opened, or the database has been opened and is ready to use. You may be prompted to upgrade the database if this hasn't been open for a while, and in doing so you may get a number of prompts on the screen about users still being logged in. If you do find that you are being asked these messages, respond accordingly, and in this case it identifies that sole access mode is required and that someone is still logged in. Make sure people aren't logged into this particular database if you do need to do that upgrade. Otherwise, just follow the prompts and select OK as required. Again, with this one, we need to make sure that all users are logged out. Again, select OK. You're asked then to confirm that all users are logged out. We say yes to this one when they are. And we are then going to reset the user file because one user is still logged in to the program at the moment, or into this database. All users have been reset, and if I select OK, we then just need to wait for the upgrade to be performed. Now that the upgrade has been performed, just enter in your password for the database that you're opening. The upgrade will only need to be performed once to open up this database. On repeated openings, the database does not need upgrading again. You'll now find that you are logged in to the 12-13 Capital database, and from here you're able to access everything you require, reports wise, if you need to get information about your owner statements or tenant records within the system there. Once you have finished getting all the information you require from this database, it is most important that you return to the current database for your business. And again, to do that, we go to File and Open. You can, if you wish to, browse as we showed you earlier, or it does give you a list here of recent data files that have been opened. And we know here that this one is our current database which we need to open. And in clicking on that there, it shows us our current selection. All we need to do is select Open Database. And again, that database has been opened and is ready to use. Enter your password to access this particular database, and you will see now that you're back into your current data. A wise move is to just double check your reconciliation, just to confirm that your statement balance and your reconciled to date are the most current one, and that will then confirm that you are currently sitting in the correct database there. In this example, we're going to look at switching between database formats. How do you identify what format your database is? If we go to File and Open, we can see here that this one is an SQL format, and we can see that the screen here is different to the MS Access format that we can see in the tab here. So what we're going to do in this example, as I say, is to change from an SQL format to an Access format to open up a database there. Again, our reason may be for accessing information about owners, tenants from a previous period. The quick and easiest way to switch between the two formats is to open up this screen, as I say, File and Open, and we select the option at the bottom here to change to MS Access from the SQL format that we are currently in. And click on the button there. We then are asked to select the type of database format we wish to open, in our case here, MS Access database, and select Change. In doing so, we're asked to confirm that we wish to do this particular action. We will select then Yes. REI Master, of course, does close, so we then double click our icon to start it again. In doing so, we're given a prompt here to say that the data file we're trying to open doesn't exist. We need to open an appropriate data file. So if we select OK on here, we're then asked to browse to our Access database that we wish to open. As we did in the previous example, we can select Browse here, navigate to the location where we know that that database is located. In our case here, we're opening up the 1213 REI agency one. Select that one there and click OK. Again, we can see our current selection listed here, and then we can select Open Database. The REI Agency 1213 database file is now open and ready to use. Enter in your password. And we are now, as you can see at the top here, in our 1213 REI agency. So again, access the reports for your owners, your tenants, whatever you need to do to get the information from this particular database. Once you've finished, make sure then that you return to your current database, and as we know, it's in the SQL format. So again, to switch from this one here, being an Access one, to SQL, we go to File and Open. Now we can't access it from here, and we can't access just by selecting that there. We must, in this tab here, click on the button Change Type to MS SQL. Click on that there, and again select the type of database format you're wanting to swap to, and then select Change. Again, you're prompted or told that if you want to change this, you must restart REI Master. Click on Yes. REI Master closes. Double click the icon to start again. You are then opening up the SQL format of the database there. Enter your password. And we can see up there that we are back into our current database. And again, how do we prove that it's the SQL one? File and Open. And we can see here we're sitting in the MS SQL tab. And of course the REI agency is the database that we are looking at. Similarly to the previous example, go to your reconcile screen. Just double check that you are back into the current database by confirming your statement balance and the last reconciled to date. So in these two examples, we looked at opening databases, either going back to a previous financial year database in the same format, Access, or swapping or switching between MS SQL and an Access database, and how to get back to the current database in both examples.